We had the first small Assassin's Creed Shadows update this week, and there are more fixes announced to be on the way, and we know that Ubisoft is working on many quality of life improvements as well, so lots to go over in this video. Starting with that first hotfix we got, mostly focused on photo mode issues, where it would crash when fetching photos to display on the world map, or simply taking photos in the photo mode could make the game crash on PC. Now, I still have issues seeing photos from people on the world map, although it did work during the review period. And Joyce got an even weirder issue where the whole game got this black and white filter when toying around in the photo mode. Looks kinda cool though, but it was not very functional. In the first big update that I expect will launch in the week of April 7th, we can expect a fix for the hideout, because the fact that it's often capped at 30 FPS on PS5 and Xbox Series X when playing in the performance mode is not intended. So that's actually good to know and will make going there way more pleasant. They will also improve the enemy reactions to the Shinobi Belt thrown from far away that can now be inconsistent, and where players cannot reach the maximum mastery points after fully upgrading the Tapo skill tree. Now, not confirmed for the next patch per se, but Ubisoft is aware of the issue with the Tool Master chess piece, where you should throw a kunai at the closest enemy after an assassination. But yeah, you probably had this too if you tried this armor set, and I ran into this many times as well. It doesn't work all the time, so hopefully they fix it to make it more reliable. In a thank you message, the Assassin's Creed team has stated that this is just the beginning for Shadows, and we are thrilled to see the game evolved with you by our side. Like, if there are things you run into or want them to add, put it in the comments, as I know that Ubisoft will be watching. And Mac, the big boss behind the Assassin's Creed franchise, also mentions 3 expansions that will be coming to the game. So let's look at what we know so far. Of course, leave a like on the video, that would really help us out if you enjoy the content here on the channel, and subscribe to not miss anything regarding the future of Assassin's Creed Shadows. But first, the sponsor of this video, the brand new single player AAA story driven action adventure title Mindsai, and they now announced their release date, June 10th. It's from the studio founded by Leslie Benzies, who was the former president of Rockstar North and a lead developer on GTA 3 to GTA 5, including GTA Online, and he's now the game director on this brand new project that's being published by IO Partners behind the Hitman series. Mindsai is set in a near future city called Red Rock. We play Jacob Diaz, a former elite soldier who has a mysterious neural implant that haunts him with fragmented memories. So we want to look for answers in a world where AI has taken over and many companies fight for power. And yes, the graphics are very impressive, and we should expect these high quality cutscenes to seamlessly transition into gameplay. And you can pre-order the game now through my special links in the video description. That would really support the channel as well. And then you get the deluxe edition at the price of the standard edition. So thanks to Mindsai for sponsoring the video, and now let's get back into it. So we for one know that there will be a new game plus mode, just not when, but especially in Shadows it will of course be really fun to replay the game with all our unlocks, because they can replay sections with the other character. Now, Simon, the associate game director, during my stream also said that they want to do a little more with New Game Plus and want every piece of gear that we have to still have value in New Game Plus. Like, the New Game Plus modes in the previous games were nice, but there were no new upgrades to chase or reasons to go after the legendary items that you already had collected in your first playthrough. While there are many other games that do add new progression systems to New Game Plus. So maybe in Shadows they add an extra engraving slot on certain items, or maybe 2 highlighted stats instead of 1 to make them way more powerful than the non-New Game Plus gear. So it would create way more replay value and build options. Of course, another most requested feature, just like with Odyssey, is the fact that we want to keep our hood or helmet on during cutscenes. The Montreal games with Origins and Valhalla always have this, and even would alter the voice of Bayek too, depending on the helmet.
Bayek of Siwa, protector of these people.
So you would expect something like this when Naue has her face mask on as well, but yeah, that would of course make things way more complicated than simply leaving the hood on during scenes. But yeah, Simon also said here that they are aware and will decide if they do something with this, if enough people talk about it, because they of course have to prioritize the many things that they want to work on. But yeah, I've already seen many people talk about this, so I totally think they will look at it at one point. It would just make the conversations and certain scenes way cooler if the helmet you just got also shows up during these moments. Other things we can expect post-launch are toggles for the ability and assassination filters. They've been working on this for quite some time before launch already, so I expect this rather soon. so that's good news. Another thing that we might see in the future is a stat screen. Like, it would be great to know how much crit chance you have or vulnerable damage, instead of having to combine all the stats on the gear yourself. And I would love to have more visual cues during combat to know when perks on weapons are available again, like in the top 5 best weapons for Yasuke video that I will leave a link to in the video description. Some amazing combos in that one. One of the weapons we talked about is the time-honored Crescent Naginata that has a first strike that makes enemies vulnerable every 8 seconds. Like, knowing when that is active again would be great. Or even more handy for the last dance of the Onryo rope, where you cheat death and then avoid damage for 8 seconds, but have no idea when that effect is available again. Kind of important. They know about the feedback regarding the wanted system and might be looking into improving that, because of course right now these guardians show up only after someone rings the bell in a camp. But if you go crazy on the street or elsewhere where no alarm bell is close by, then you will not get wanted. While that was of course the case in other games like Mirage and Odyssey. One I'm really excited about is that they're looking into damage numbers for the game, and I hope that now that you've played the game yourself, you understand why I requested this feature all the way back at the gameplay reveal in June. Like, with them having items that focus on crit chance and critical damage, right now it's just really hard to see when you actually do a critical hit. And it would also be nice to see the impact of a new weapon that you just got, that you have like a higher damage number, or some of the trinkets give like very big bonuses, and then seeing that number being way higher, I think would be satisfying. So it seems like we will get that in a future patch. We also might get more clear arrow icons, especially when using it in-game, because right now it's really hard to know which arrow or bullet you are shooting with Yasuke. For now, the icons are very clear for the tools. No new tools seem to be planned for her in the post-launch, at least right now. Although, I think it would be very impactful if we saw a new tool at one point. But we do, of course, know that she will get a new weapon with the first DLC, the Claws of Awaji, that has us go to this island over here on the map, although it should be bigger when we actually go there. And yeah, a new weapon also means a brand new skill tree, which is exciting. And I'm curious if we can immediately unlock all the skills if you have the knowledge rank, or if it's tied to a new progression system in the DLC. Although, what they will probably do is that some of the later skills will be locked to certain targets or missions. But yeah, this weapon should include some new and likely faster non-lethal options for Naue. And the DLC should, by the way, take place after the ending of the game, so we can actually see the story for Naue and Yasuke move forward, and also they can introduce more challenging enemies, because they know, hey, everyone reached that point of the game already. So that makes me also think that they are not like releasing it really soon, but I would be disappointed if it's not in May or June at the latest to keep the pace going. Magna also talked about an extension to the modern day, so you get a first glimpse of that in Shadows, but you will get much more in the coming months. Again, we of course already engaged with the projects now in the Animus Hub, can get some data files there that reveal more about the modern day and other unlocks. But I'm really curious what the cadence for new content will be overall. In Odyssey, we had something new every week, whether it was a new Lost Tales of Greece like quest line for 45 minutes or a new mythical creature we could fight. I would be shocked if we don't see the same cadence for Shadows. What you're doing in the Animus, who you are, all of this will be revealed, and it will help us grow the offer of Shadows with free expansions that will be coming. So we should expect modern day content also as part of the free stuff we're getting. Next to the many quality of life improvements that I already went over in this video. Like, it does sound good so far. Seems like they got a plan. Hopefully they will reveal it soon. And when they do, I'll of course let you know here. So subscribe to not miss anything regarding the future of Assassin's Creed Shadows. A like would be awesome. And check out our previous video by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you very soon. Goodbye.